I'm not going to be posting on my wall and mirroring or matching this person because there is absolutely no connection. Um, when you just refuse to recognize that you have a serious problem. And I have never ever seen someone with such a severe problem like this. And again, we are not playing games with said person. This is stupid. It does not serve me. It does not serve any of you. And I am getting pissed because when you have went through so many lengths to try to let a person know, hey, I don't like you. You are not for me. I've moved on. I've never been with you to begin with. You're stalking me. I'm going to file a restraining order against you. I filed several police reports against you because you're stalking and harassing me. When a person is legitimately stalking and harassing and threatening you to the point where they are causing legal action because they are threatening people in your family. When they are committing crimes such as doxing you over and over again, watching the courts, calling your family member that you are temporarily staying with so that they can threaten them into filing so that they can come back to social media and dox you, putting up photographs of you, doing 5-hour live streams about you, lying on you, making outlandish and totally untrue statements about you, saying disgusting and repulsive things just so that you will be forced to respond. So, right, I'm getting into that. I am getting into that, Nurse Oasis. So they can make it look like or just claim that you want something to do with them, even though they're blocked for a year. Trust me, it's something that needs to stop. And Nurse Oasis said it right. It's something medical for sure, and his parents need to worry about regression with age with that. Like KR, that's his worry and why he settled with what's her name. That's why you never want to alter the brain because it can be okay now, regress as you age. Well, I can tell you that many stalkers cannot handle rejection, and this is one of them. I looked it up, and it says that I believe that this person definitely, I mean, instead of pretty much accepting reality, instead of accepting reality and leaving it alone, this person wants to go back and forth as if that is going to create some kind of validation. Usually, people that can't handle rejection are going to react to certain events like a person moving away from them, blocking them, never speaking to them, they are going to take that as a trauma. But not only that, the person is exploitative, okay, and trying to use you for some kind of validation and, and literally never accepts it, and on a continuous basis is literally worrying an entire community online of people because they desperately want validation from you, and they have the nerve to just be embarrassed. All right, let's talk about it. Yeah. And you know what? Funny you should mention pain. Um so I googled mental illness when someone can't handle rejection. Extreme difficulty handling rejection is not a single mental illness, but rather a core symptom of several recognized psychological conditions. It frequently manifests as rejection sensitive dysphoria, or RSD, which involves overwhelming emotional pain and physical feeling distress from real or perceived criticism. The most common mental health conditions linked to an inability to handle rejection include number one, RSD, which is rejection sensitive dysphoria. Though not an official standalone diagnosis in the DSM, RSD is a widely recognized phenomenon, especially in the neurodivergent and ADHD communities. What it is an intense, overwhelming emotional pain, shame, or sudden rage triggered by actual or perceived rejection, which it is actual in this person's case. Impact. People with RSD may experience panic when facing criticism, or they may become extreme people pleasers to avoid any possibility of being rejected. Well, that's definitely not what's happening. Can you imagine somebody with RSD, though? They can't even stand working a job. They wouldn't even be able to hold down a job. That's extremely debilitating because jobs will criticize you. I just remember I haven't I've been self-employed for 10 plus years now, almost 11 years. But I just remember uh doing the best that I could, but being criticized for things like talk time because I did a lot of customer service work and everything. I did a lot of customer care work. And, it was a serious problem if my talk time was too long. Anyway, okay. There's also avoidant personality disorder, which is a condition characterized by feelings of inadequacy, extreme shyness, and intense fear of being criticized, rejected, or humiliated. Individuals with AVPD typically avoid social and occupational situations involving interpersonal contact out of fear that they will not be accepted. Then there's borderline personality disorder, which I believe that is heavily within that group of people. A condition marked by emotional dysregulation, unstable self-image, and deep fears of abandonment. Perceived rejection or abandonment can trigger severe, rapid shifts in mood, impulsive behavior, or intense anger. Then there's social anxiety disorder, SAD, an intense, persistent fear of being watched, judged, or negatively evaluated by others. The overwhelming fear of social rejection causes severe anxiety before and during social situations, often leading to total isolation. And then there's bipolar disorder, a mood disorder that causes extreme shifts in mood, energy, and activity levels. During depressive or even manic phases, an individual may experience heightened emotional sensitivity, making them far more reactive to criticism. Um, I don't know what to do and how many ways to say it to this person. Literally, he's trying to flip everything and take it as some kind of compliment, or backwards compliment, rather, which is pretty pathetic. Um, and then proceeds to reject me, as if, and see, this is one of the core problems to these people, because I won't be their friend. This initially started because I rejected the friendship of someone. Okay. This is a serious problem because, first of all, um, why are you forcing yourself to perceive the truth and somebody being honest with you, expressing how they truly feel about you? Why do you insist on taking that as a compliment? There's no way that you took it as a compliment, but whether you're going to front like it was a compliment. Okay. Now keep in mind that I expressed that notion this morning with the intention of this person letting it go, walking away, taking not just the hint. It's not a hint, it's blatant truth in your face, along with detailed information about how a person feels. Literally, no, there's no way. There's no way that you actually believe that. There's no way that you believe that I was thinking about your meat. That, you know what? Usually, when someone is thinking about a person in an enduring, they are contacting that person. They are in regular contact with that person. They talk to that person. They are calling that person. Someone coming on social media to defend themselves, to let the community know how they feel about a person that consistently lies on them on a daily basis, is certainly not thinking about you in an endearment type of way. Surely you would realize that at some point. At some point. Then also another thing, why are you comparing yourself? Why are you so unable to accept it that you're comparing yourself to the devil? That's not what that person said. Now you're putting words in that person's mouth. Now you're trying to make it seem like you're not even human. Now you're trying to compare yourself to a deity or the devil. Basically, trying to avoid the truth about the situation. And this is the core problem to the issue. And I knew that I knew that it would result in something. First of all, a person coming on social media and responding to you making 12-hour live streams about them, lying on them, attacking them, harassing their family. A person coming online and responding to you doing things that make it impossible for that person to not respond is not a conversation, nor can it be considered communication. You're grasping at straws here. Would I have said anything about you the past 8 months? I'm a person that literally left to get away from you and did not contact you ever since. It would be different if I stayed. If a person literally had the option to stay within driving distance of you on some level, if they could stay, if they would have stayed and kept in contact with you, then that way you could say something. But when a person has moved 1,000 miles away from you, never contacts you, has you blocked, pretty much means what? It means that that person does not want you. It means that that person is not interested in you. My God. Someone speaking about your outlandish behavior, stalking, threats, harassment, phone harassment, revenge porn. You're going through the lengths of posting revenge porn. Then you're attacking their family and their children. Trust me, nothing that I have said ever, nothing since that moment, that point of truth, nothing that I have said even remotely points to me being interested in you, nor thinking about you to the capacity where I like you. And literally, the person looks crazy. Are you freaking serious? Are you really that insane to the point where, first of all, I don't even know if you looked at I don't believe he listened to the live stream. I believe that because he's done that before. No, you need to actually listen to what I said about you, first of all, but you probably can't. You probably can't handle what I said about you. Probably with that issue that you had with rejection. So you had someone else interpret it for you. That had to have been what you did. There's no fucking way. Because for you to turn around and say, um, first of all, you went way off in left field, claiming that you're a supernatural entity, which we know that you're not. We know that you're not, okay? But then you go to claiming that the person, wait a minute, you go to rejecting the person. Uh, uh, Listen, hon, I wish that you truly meant that. That's clearly, and then also, again, we got to think that we're not dealing with a normal situation. I am telling you, on a normal basis, guys, if I would have dealt with that situation, that would have been information that I would have kept to myself. I would have never had to speak about that. If this person was not actively stalking me, gang stalking me with several different people right now, calling my family members, harassing me, doxing me, trust me, with every fiber of my being, I would have nothing to say about that person. But since this person is so sick and mentally ill and problematic, we're never going to be able to find that out. I have been given this person several chances and opportunities to stop. Each and every time this person comes back doing the same thing. Now, coincidentally, and I guess for their benefit, he has tied himself up in everything. He's always the source. He's been the consistent source of all of the lies and the rumors and the smear campaigns because he has a buddy named Tina. Tina has made up egregious lies about me throughout the years. Things that are being repeated by others because none of the truth has been spoken. So the times that I have came on here and spoke out in general about their group, he takes it as I'm talking about him directly. The only time that I have spoken during the times, and there hasn't been very many times, I mean, he's been here consistently and only left for a month. He's only taken a month break from this since last August. The only time that I have spoken about it, I've never directly been speaking about him. I've been speaking about the lies and the rumors and trying to clear my name. Because, of course, we're dealing with a group of people stalking, gang stalking, who have definitely done smear campaigns against me. This shit is sick. And I'm going to tell you something. You're not going to win against me. In fact, let's skip past all this bullshit, okay? There is curses that have been done on you, and trust me, they will manifest, and they are manifesting. And I don't have to call your family. I don't have to break the law. I don't have to hold you up at all I can tell you, hon, is that I don't give a shit about you being mentally ill. The things that you have done, okay? Mentally ill people, listen up. You know what? Yeah, you're doing and completing the actions that you're doing because of your mental illness. Now, there are other mentally ill people. There are mentally ill people in this world that do not commit crimes against people. They do not do what you people are doing. There's some that do, though. But just because you have a mental illness does not mean that you get a pass. Just because you have a mental illness does not mean that you should be able to come and be corrupt and do whatever you want to do. So for me, not only are you cursed, I am tired of you, all of you. But I'm talking about really, really, really cursed. I don't give a damn if you have a mental illness. Straight up and down. Because you know what? What you're trying to do on your plight of acceptance is you are trying to actively, like, this is what that whole group of people does. It's very unhealthy. While you're trying to be accepted, you have to kick other people down. You have to lie on other people because you want to take the attention from them. You want to make things uncomfortable for that person. You want to make things harder on a person. Not only that, you are actively harassing and stalking, doxing, as well as threatening people. So that is why you're cursed and you're not fucking with a witch. I am not a regular person. And I can, ooh, let me not say that. Let me tell you something. I can promise you that every single time you play with me, what you should have done, what a normal person would have did months ago, what a normal person would have did years ago, would have been walked away from a person. That's what you should have done. But since you've done all of this, since this is what you've done, at this point, I'm going to continue dragging you. And you're not the devil. Trust me, you are hell-bound. You are hell-bound. I will drag you. Trust and believe. Okay? A lot of people don't believe in a place called hell. I believe in creativity. I believe in creation, is all that I'm going to say. Okay? Oh, yeah. So you going somewhere. It ain't going to never be here. But you're going somewhere with that bullshit. Because I am tired. You're a liar. You're a fraud. You're grasping at straws, even when the painful, obvious truth is pointed out to you. You don't want people to be heard. You only want your side of the story to be heard. There is you constantly seeking validation, trying to force people to validate you, trying to force me to validate you. And then there's the truth. And then there's the truth, which is where justice is at. And I will always have justice. Understand that. Because I am a person that literally, not only do I have to cite, like literally, guys, you know how I deal with it? I deal with it with daily meditation. Times like this, the past 3 weeks, I've taken time to myself. on a daily basis to meditate. I don't drink, I don't smoke weed, I meditate, is what I do. Okay. And I do my other spiritual works and I focus. Pretty much what you have to do. It's what I would do. To be honest with you, if you are a person that has that happening to you, daily meditation should be. Now, I honestly, I want some margaritas. Actually, I wouldn't mind having some margaritas. I could drink some alcohol. I could. I love margaritas. Okay, but I would not be drinking to avoid anything or to hide anything. I would just be drinking more so, just for celebratory, just for, socially to have a drink. I don't drink for those purposes, and I have not had any alcohol at all or marijuana. I just, no, no. Because I've had way too many things to think about and way too many things to do, and I just, right now is not the time. However, I will celebrate with some wine and or some margaritas very soon. The point that I'm making is that you have to take care of yourself. You have to do self-care every single day. Whether or not you meditate in the bathtub or when you take a shower or something, you have to do something because that situation is really, really toxic. Somebody that literally is stalking somebody because they have a desperate need to fill in the gaps, to force you to validate them, even though they're the ones that facilitated it. When I came back to Kansas City, Missouri, my hometown, I didn't say anything to anybody about anything. In fact, I wasn't going live and I didn't make any videos for weeks. This person was actively and daily online trying to either cover up the rejection he didn't know about yet, or he was paranoially attacking me even though I had said nothing to him. So he's basically creating this humiliation for himself. Okay, that's another thing. I don't know why he's creating the humiliation for himself, but then yelling and screaming about me as if I've done something wrong, posting photographs, harassing my family, dropping documents, all of the nine, when obviously, just getting mental help is not gonna cut it. No, that's not justice. You getting mental help? No, no. You're not a victim. You need to do some time in jail as well. That is a fact. That is a fact. So whenever you get through, that's just all it is to it, all up and through here. You need to go to jail. Okay, it doesn't matter. There are many, many, many different people. They got schizophrenia, they got bipolar disorder, and it gets so bad that they do commit crimes like what you've done. Now, you have committed sex crimes. You have committed horrific crimes. Horrific. And trust me, a lot of people are sitting around waiting saying, why hasn't this motherfucker went to jail? I'm going to admit to y'all right now that I did file an online report, and of course, they want me to come down to the station. Uh, I will have time to do that very soon, but coincidentally, when all of it was happening, it was a lot going on. I had my grandbaby a lot. I was busy working, and also dealing with the aftermath of the terroristic threats that this person made to my 70-year-old uncle. So, eventually I am going to be able to get down there because they said that I had to go to the special uh, they sent me an email. Hold on. They instructed me to go to the special victims unit of the police station. So I have to actually go down to a station to file revenge porn charges. Okay. All right, hold on, y'all. That's so funny. They're flagging content on other channels. What the hell is going on with this? Why am I not? Hold on. They're flagging content from other channels. This is weird. I haven't used that channel in ages. I don't understand why you would be flagging content. Maybe that was a while ago. Hold on. Okay, here we go. I'm like, what in the world? Okay. So yeah, I'm not protecting him. I'm not. He's definitely going to be reported. Okay, for revenge porn, among other things. But give me a second. Let me look up the email. I believe that they did say go to the special victims unit. Yeah. Um. Yeah. I have to go down there to file the report, and I will. I will, because trust me on this. With every fiber of my being, I would love to get for this person to be locked up. Unfortunately, it doesn't really resolve the entire issue because he's with a group, and this is the reason why I cannot stand gang stalkers. Because even when he goes to jail, the rest of his group, the people, are still gonna do the same thing. And so for me, I would rather like prosecute all of them at the same time. And you know what? I truly believe that there's got to be some kind of advocacy or something that is available within law enforcement. If they haven't done that, law enforcement needs to create that. Law enforcement needs to create some kind of unit of the police that handles and deals with cult-like activity as well as group stalking activity. They need to start doing that. In fact, there was a girl that just went to prison for that's a sign of the times. Who, I can't remember her name, but I know that she participated in murdering Julio Fulio. And she just recently got sentenced to what I think it was 15 years. She asked for probation for participating in a murder. And I think that the judge sentenced her to 15 years in prison. So, thank God I don't ever have to worry about being unalive nor my loved ones, because I'm going to tell y'all something. No. Okay. No. But definitely do want to prosecute all of them at the same time. And I believe that that's what needs to happen. I do. You know what I'm saying? And it's complicated. Yeah, it's only as simple as making a phone call. It's only as simple as that. It is a trip because they're in different states, which is usually what gang stalkers will do. They're in different states. So being that they're spread out like that, okay, Georgia, Alabama, Florida, Ohio. It's weird. You know what I'm saying? In the meantime, I'm just going to throw out, let me get off of here. In the meantime, I'm going to throw out my spiritual work, and I'm going to make sure that my spirits fucking destroy y'all and that y'all are thoroughly fucking cursed. And you are. You are cursed because you're stalking people and doing what miserable people do while people are actually living real life, which is why I'm going to go. Here's the reality: the people that you're desperately seeking some kind of validation from are rejecting you. I'm not rejected. I'm wanted. I'm loved. I have my life. I have people in my life that love me. Okay? I am actually happy. And that's all that matters, isn't it? That's all that matters is the truth. At the end of the day, when you got folks like that going around lying constantly, what the fuck difference does it make? All that matters is the truth. The truth of the matter is that I am in love with my significant other. He does exist. He's very real. You can't even handle that. They can't even handle that. And you know what? That's justice. That's real. That's all that is real. And yes, in spite of I think that a lot of them, especially that girl Tina I was talking about, none of them have anybody. I don't believe you have anybody. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I think that you're full of crap, and I think that you're claiming things that are not the truth because you want to be accepted. You want to appear to be normal or accepted. But in reality, your actions speak louder than your words. There's no way. There's absolutely no way. Straight up and down. Okay. If you got a life, then act like it. Okay. Quit coming on here harassing and lying and stalking me. Don't call my uncle anymore. Stop calling. Stop doing terroristic threats by phone. Stop. Stop claiming people who do not want you. Okay, I cannot stand that. And you know what? This is what determines his day, because the fact that I spoke how I really feel about this person, which nobody's forced to validate you. You deserve it. If you were not doing what you're doing, your feelings wouldn't have gotten hurt, would they? The truth came out, didn't it? A woman spoke the truth about you. You tried to claim that woman. You tried to claim that woman when you know the truth. A woman that wants you is going to actually call you. A woman that wants you is not going to block you. A woman that wants you is not going to ever reveal to the public that she didn't enjoy having sex with you. A woman that wants, loves, desires you is never going to do that ever. And this is the reality of it. Learn how to handle rejection and you wouldn't be getting your feelings hurt. Okay? All right, guys. I will talk to you guys later. Okay? Blessings to y'all. Bye bye.